dog power. Can an army of pooches power thousands of homes with the mess they leave behind? Turning waste into wattage. It's a sign of the times.
From the global resources of ABC News, with Terry Moran in Washington and Martin Bashir and Cynthia McFadden in Times Square, New York, this is Nightline, April 11th, 2006.
More grim news, I'm afraid, on the gasoline front tonight, with the government predicting Americans will pay 11% more for gas this summer than they did a year ago. All the more reason tonight to consider an unusual source of alternative energy. Call it man's best fuel. ABC's Jake Tapper has a sign of the times.
Man's best friend. Dogs frolic, they play, they swim. But there's one thing that keeps a dog from being the perfect pet: the poop. Oh, the poop.
It's amazing. I mean, throughout a week, I easily, maybe 30, 40, 50 pounds of poo a day.
Lots of poop. Poop that many laws say we have to pick up.
It just seems so strange to me that we're locking this poop in these bags and it's going to be there forever. The bags are never going to biodegrade, and a future alien civilization that comes here to check us out will wonder why we saved all of this poop everywhere. You know, what was so precious about the dog poop?
In San Francisco, there is a man who considers that poop precious. This man, Robert Reed.
We wish we would have done it years ago, actually.
Reed works for NorCal Waste Systems, a trash hauling company in the Bay Area, where residents already recycle more than 60% of their waste. Local officials have set a goal of sending no waste to landfill by 2020.
That's an ambitious goal. And they said to us, you know, we're going to have to deal with the dog poop and the cat poop. There's quite a bit of it here. 6,500
tons a year.
And our company came back to them and said, let's turn it into energy.
Energy? From dog poop?
I'm picking it up anyway. Why not put it to use?
If it's any alternative to oil-based fuel, then I think it's an idea worth exploring.
The interesting thing about dog poop is there's a lot of protein in there. We feed our dogs a very rich diet here in the United States.
Okay. Wait a second. Why are we in this trendy San Francisco restaurant?
We're using dog poop and cantaloupe skins and broccoli and Brussels sprouts. And we're taking the calories from that material, turning it into energy.
Leftovers, it turns out, are a key ingredient in this concoction. A subsidiary of NorCal collects from restaurants and homes 300 tons of food scraps per day and transubstantiates them into a fertilizer for organic farms and vineyards.
If you take 1 ton of degradable material, dog poop and food scraps together, you can produce 50 gallons of liquid fuel.
This is how it works. Trucks take the food scraps from restaurants and pet droppings from Doggy Day Care to this building. This machine grinds it up into what's called manufactured biomass, which is then transported to a digester, where it's converted into methane gas. That gas can then produce electricity, natural gas, and liquefied natural gas. In other words, energy.
It powers a turbine, and that can produce electricity. We're already producing enough electricity to power 1,000 homes.
NorCal hopes to have a citywide collection program underway in the coming year. It's not a coincidence that San Francisco is where poop power is coming to fruition. And not only because the city's liberal politics manifest themselves in environmentalism and, shall we say, a willingness to experiment.
There's 240,000 dogs and cats in San Francisco, so there's a lot of these businesses. Dog walking is a very lucrative business in San Francisco.
And if NorCal's plans work out, there's similarly gold in them thar poops. This is Jake Tapper for Nightline.
In San Francisco, they're already collecting the dog waste in pet shops and could start collecting it from parks as early as this summer. ABC's Jake Tapper, thank you. We'll be back in a moment.